Gaffer, a week to prepare for Scunthorpe this weekend. What have you been able to do this week?
Sometimes rest is as good as training. Such a hectic period in this league, the amount of travel. So we give the lads Monday off. I like to give them consecutive days off, so Sunday, Monday, so they can spend time with their families. Tuesday we had a real tough day, high intensity. We train as we play, so it was a tough day. Wednesday off, and they're in today. It'll be another toughish day. And then on Friday we just do a lighter day, then prepare for the game, a tough game against Scunthorpe, undefeated side. But listen, the lads have trained exceptionally well, they've rested, they're refreshed and had good family time.
And focusing on us to start with, looking to extend that incredible home run. No goals conceded and 4 wins. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, absolutely delighted with the way my team, my staff have bought into everything that we want to do. Thought we thoroughly deserved the victory against Hartlepool. In the game itself, you're thinking, have you created as many chances? But when you see the stats, yeah, we were far the better team. Yeah, they had 1 or 2 chances, but we dominated. One thing we've got to get better on is in the final third. It was a great ball from Nosey. Kai was in a great place. So again, the amount of chances we create, we've got to be more clinical. And the amount of corners, we've had 84 corners so far. I think we're 20 or 30 more than any other team in our league, and we're yet to score from them. So, we're going to get better at that. Dan Watson's come in as the goalie coach, but also now he's taking charge of the set pieces. Walsall, when he was there, were the 3rd best in the whole of the 92 clubs. So again, new ideas, fresh ideas. You've seen the one against Morecambe when Kenji should have scored. Geordie could have scored at the weekend too, but we're going to have to get better at that. We're working tirelessly, my staff and Dan. Great ideas, we're going through them. And they're so important, set pieces now. So, Dan's is going to be in charge of them going forward.
A few link-ups across the pitch. I think you mentioned Knowlesy and Cairo. You must be so pleased that those link-ups are coming all across the pitch.
Yeah, Knowlesy's been terrific. I was a little bit disappointed when he came off, which I understand. I was exactly the same, because when you're playing well and when you're in the moment and you think you can do anything on a football pitch. I said at half-time to them all, I said, listen, we're just losing a bit of control. I might make a change, but it's no reflection on anybody on this pitch, because you've all been magnificent. So whoever comes off, shake your teammate's hand, have a smile on your face. Oh, it's difficult. And a little chat with Nosey when he came off. And I just said to him, listen, you've been terrific. So when you're playing against Scunthorpe, your performances deserve that. So that gave him a little smile. He's trained well again. And those link-ups everywhere. Mendy and Whitwell, more coming on. It's fantastic. Geordie and Canu's in the team of the week, but you've got Ryan Innes as well. So again, the partnerships created all over the park has been fantastic. The wide players with the fullbacks as well. If you see Nosey and Kenji and Trey and Kyle, that's been brilliant. So again, but whoever comes into the side, we work on it. We work on all formations. Every player knows exactly what they're doing when they step onto the park.
Reports on social media this week suggest that you're attracting some interest from the leagues above. What did you make of that?
It's the first I seen of it was when a few of my pals sent it me. Listen, speculation always happens with me, and I'm sure if we'd have been bottom half of the table, 1 win and 8, I'm sure I'd be getting linked with a sack. So again, listen, it's all hypothetical. My staff have done an unbelievable job. My players have done an unbelievable job. I love it here. I had a project at Macclesfield. I was there for 4 years and, completed that journey for me. And, the journey and the project here is so exciting, so interesting. And I want to be on that journey because Dale, Asif and Mark have shown huge faith in me to give me an opportunity at this football club. So again, speculation will always happen regarding myself. I'm sure there'd be lots of speculation. We start losing a few games that, I keep my job. So listen, it's football. I understand it, but it was the first I seen it in the week.
Injuries, how's the squad coming along? Harry Cardwell and Max Robson back on the grass on Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah, Cards is fit. Cards will be in contention for the squad. Everybody else should be absolutely fine. Max is back on the grass. Gilly will be on the grass next week, and Doidgy. So again, the manager's going to have a few difficult decisions. Again, especially when Gilly and Max are back, because that'll be 7 loans. Only 5 loans can be in a match day squad at any one point. So again, we've got some difficult decisions to make. They're the decisions I want as a manager. I want my good players. I want all my good players available, and I want them to give me headaches. And the thing is with this squad, if you miss out, the relentless nature and the way we play and the way we train and results we're getting, it might be difficult to get back in. So again, everybody's got to keep pushing, focusing, and enjoying it.
Touching on Scunthorpe finally, what do you make of them?
Yeah, they've done unbelievably well. I watched them in the playoff final last year against Chester. They were in the National League North. They went up. The manager's done an unbelievable job. Massive football club, great support, and what a start they've had. I think he's up there with in the manager of the month, no doubt about that, for last month, because the start they've had coming up from the National League North, they've done terrific. They've got some very good players. I know one or two of their players played against one of their players last season. He was at Gainsborough, so we've studied them. I know them. They got some exciting players. It's going to be a real tough game. They got a centre forward who can score goals. They got threats all over the park, but it's not about them. It's about us. And if we can play with that bravery and that creativity and that dynamism, right now, whoever we play, if we're at maximum level, we'll win the game. That's what I believe. That's what the players believe. And those players at the minute believe that when they walk onto a pitch, they can be invincible. And I really believe, and that's how they feel, and that's how we've made them feel. So again, we respect Scunthorpe. They've done unbelievably well. Unbeaten side like ourselves. Hartlepool were unbeaten also. We finished that record for them, and hopefully we can do the same against Scunthorpe. But we know it's going to be a tough test, and they're a real good side with a real good manager.